Hey guys, how's it going? It's Calvin Raab, and I hope you're having an amazing day today. So if you are like me, then you are a college student. I'm going into my senior year at UCLA, so go Bruins. And one thing that a lot of college students talk about is finding a job. You know, you gotta pay the bills when you're at school, and what's the best job to get? There's lots of different opportunities and different things like that. So in this video, I narrowed it down to 5 great jobs that I see for college students. And I found these through not only my research, but I have friends that do each of these, and I think they're all great opportunities, flexible hours, and pay pretty well. So without any further ado, let's get into it and let's talk about 5 of the best jobs that I see for college students. And if you're new here, my name is Calvin Raab. I make videos all about the job market and personal finance, so if you're interested in anything like that, I would love it if you would subscribe. Coming at number 1, and I think this is one of the best jobs for college students, and this is actually what I did, and this is jobs on campus. So if you work at really any school, no matter the size, there are going to be jobs that are on campus. So for me, I worked at the library for a little while. I worked as a technical assistant, so I helped people with basic computer issues and printing. I don't know why, but at schools, all the schools I've been to, printing is unbelievably complex, and I don't know why it's like that, but it is, and that's mainly what I worked on. So I worked in the library there, and one other thing, this kind of golden nugget, if you can find a job like this is what I did. It's fantastic. And that is if you can find a job that you can study at. So with my job, some shifts, not that many people will come in. I may work from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on a Monday night or something like that. And oftentimes it's a little busy in the beginning, but then I'd have like 2-3 hours where I wouldn't really be working with anyone, and my manager was very gracious to me, allowed me to sit there, and I was able to get some good studying done. So I was able to study while making money. It's a win-win, and it was a great job for me. I really enjoyed it when I did it, and I have happy memories with it. So if you can find a job like that, that's great. Working on campus is just also nice because they can work around your schedule. You probably live near or on campus, so that's another perk as well. You don't have to travel to a different, job or anything like that, that may be out of town or something like that. Coming at number 2 is a freelancer. And a freelancer is kind of a general term for really anyone that has a specific skill that they allow people to hire them out for. So maybe this is a freelance artist, a freelance web designer, or something like that. And the reason being a freelancer is good for college students is A, because it allows you to make a lot of money, but it also allows you to kind of choose your own hours. Maybe you want to work 2 hours in the evening. You can kind of pick when you want to work and different things like that. There's no real set schedule with being a freelancer. And another reason I like it is because it allows you to really grow it. You can start small, and your freelance project could start making you a full-time income that after you graduate, you can go do that. And if it's something that you're passionate about, something that you're good at, then that may be something that, it's a win-win. You're doing something that you like and you're making good money doing it. So just start small. Start when you're in college. You can even do this on the side and grow it a little bit. Coming at number 3 is tutoring. And this, I think, is a great job for college students for a number of reasons. Firstly, there's a lot of tutoring opportunities, especially on a college campus. If you are particularly good at a subject, usually there's a lot of opportunities there for you. Also, it's on campus usually. There's usually a tutoring center that you can work with. And the reason that I actually like tutoring the most, and I consider being a tutor for a long time, is it allows you to learn a subject at a much deeper level. So for me, I am quite good at calculus. I really enjoy it, and I really find a lot of, pleasure in teaching other people calculus. It's always nice, when they finally understand it. It's a rewarding feeling for me. So when I was teaching calculus, I started to learn it at such a deep level. And most of calculus that I understand and have learned is actually from teaching people. Having people ask me, tough questions about calculus. It helped me learn it at a better level. And there's a lot of research on that too. If you're struggling with something, try teaching it to someone else, and that will help you learn it at a much deeper level. And another thing on top of this is you can make good money as a tutor. Per hour, this is probably one of the highest paying ones. My roommate is also a tutor. He tutors chemistry, and he does a lot of his stuff virtually. So he works with different tutoring companies that are out there. He has his profile. People can go find him. He also is a little more entrepreneurial too, and then he has his own gig. People can find him as well. So a bunch of different places places that he's out there, and he makes a lot per hour, and I think it's just a great thing to go in because tutoring and academics is something that people will pay good money for, and if you are a great tutor, those are hard to come by, so this may be something that you're interested in as well. Coming at number 4 is a restaurant-related job. So there's so many different opportunities within here. You know, you could be more involved with the cooking, or you could be a busser, or a waiter, a host, or something along those lines. A lot of different opportunities fall under these restaurant-related jobs that you may be interested in. And the great thing about this is you will also be making tips. So oftentimes per hour, this could be more than a lot of different jobs that are out there. So this may be something that you want to look into. You do have to know that you can work a lot of wacky hours. That is one bummer thing. Sometimes I have a lot of friends that are waiters, and you know, they come to class the next morning and they're just exhausted, and they talk about how they had to close the night before, they were at the restaurant or something until midnight or something like that. So be aware of that. But if you can kind of form a good relationship with maybe your manager, your boss, then they can oftentimes work around your schedule. And this is a very common one that everyone kind of knows about. So, and it's also a perk if you enjoy the food and you like the atmosphere that you're working at as well. Coming at number 5, and this one's actually fairly controversial just in the fact that I've heard mixed reviews. I've had friends do this. Some people really liked it and some people really disliked it. And this is drive for Uber or Lyft. And of course, there's other options that are out there for you. And this is just, you know, you're gonna have to use your car. And the great thing is you can pick your own hours and you make decent money. Some of my friends have been satisfied with the money, while others think it would have been more worthwhile to go work elsewhere, and it also does a number on your car as well. And if maybe having someone in your car isn't your cup of tea, then you can also look into driving for more food delivery companies. You know, the Postmates, Uber Eats, and there's quite a few of them now. So you can look into something like that as well. But this is also allows you, you know, it's not a stressful job or anything necessarily like that, although at some points it can be stressful, but you can kind of turn your brain off a little bit and do it, and you know, listen to music and maybe relax a little bit too. So maybe this is something that you want to look into and just see if it kind of fits your personality and your kind of interests. All right, so we went over the 5. I now want to go over the bonus one, and this one could be maybe the most important one. I didn't add it in the list because they are tough to come by, and I just didn't want to add it really for that reason, but I do think it's very important, and that is an internship. So an internship at a holistic level, every college student kind of knows what it is, but it's when you go and work for a company as a college student, usually for a short amount of time, you know, 10 weeks, maybe for a summer or a semester or a quarter or something like that. And you work for them and you really get integrated into the business and you learn so much. This is hands-on learning. And this is something that I highly recommend for all college students to check out. I had an accounting internship that I learned so much more than I could have learned in the classroom. So I recommend doing that. Also, unfortunately, there are a lot of unpaid internships that are out there, although that may not be possible, you know, in the budget. I understand that we gotta make money somehow. This may be something that isn't possible, but I wouldn't let it completely scare you away, because everyone that I know that has a full-time job offer after they graduate got it through usually some type of internship, or somehow it was an internship. And this may be something that you may want to think about because, you know, yeah, maybe it's not paid now, but if it can lead to a high-paying job later, then it's worth it. But there are a lot of paid internships that are out there, especially at bigger companies and different things like that. So that may be something that you want to think about and look at if you want to pursue that. And that one just, it really takes a lot of persistence, you know, and getting an internship, there are so many different opportunities out there. You got to be early and you got to be persistent. So that's kind of my 2 words of recommendation for you when it comes to that. But that will wrap it up. So those are the 5 of the best jobs that I see out there for college students, with a nice little bonus at the end. Now, those are 5. I know there are so many more. I have friends that are doing some really cool things at different jobs, and I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Is there another job that you highly recommend college students, you know, take advantage of, you know, look at, that's high paying, maybe flexible with hours, and maybe helpful for later in life as well? If so, well, I would love it if you would drop it in the comments below. I'll be going there talking to you guys, you know. I'm a college student as well, and I would love to have this conversation with you guys. So let's talk about it, and it's a very important subject. So let's get to it, but that will wrap it up. If you are new here, my name is Raab. I make a lot of videos about college personal finances and teenage finances and personal finance in general. So if that's anything that you might be interested in, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. So as always, my name is Raab. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Hey, you made Made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. So I'm going to move to the corner of your screen here. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you are going to see my most recent video. And if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see a video that YouTube and I each think that you would like. And if you haven't yet, you can hit my face right here and subscribe. As always, my name is Calvin Raab, and I'll see you soon.